Shalam Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Not yet. He's not here. He called in. No, sir. Wow. Come. La Yasharala. Amanyam Wapanya Hakodam, that means face the east. Wapanya Hakodam, face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahawah, Malakaka, Thaba'ah, Tazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathanlanab, Kam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknab, Kawawathnaw, Kasalaknaw, Kawawathyanab, Wala'ah, Dabayanaw, Banasana 1, Abal, Hawashadnaw, Mayam, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwath, Waha'ala, Wahatha Pa'arath, La'iwalam, Amen. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahawah. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Come on up here. Bring the chair.
Hakash the power in the Hebrew. Yahawah. Bahasham Yahawashi.
Bahasham Yahawashi.
Barakah.
Nathanawa.
Hakash.
Hakash. La Rapa'ah.
Kal Maka Kaya.
I got it, let me get it. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Barakah. Nathanawa. Hakash. La Rapa'ah. Kal Makala. Kal Malawa. Hakash. Latahar. Hamatazari. Hakash. La Hakwayam. Hamatayam. Oh, Salaki. Hamatyam. Hakash. Arakawat. Hatama'ala. Lagarasham. Bahasham. Yahawashi. Tawada. Aman.
Hakash the power in the English. Lord, in the name of Yahawashi, please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahawashi. Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Ha-ha-hayim. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Azariah. Ma'ayin. Yahawah. Asha. Shemayim. Wa'aratazah. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. Laha. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shamar. Yasharala. Yahawah. Shamarka. Yahawah. Tazolka. Al-Yah. Yamyanka. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Balayala. Yahawah. Yashamarka. Makara. Yashamar. Aftapashka. Yahawah. Yashamar. Taza'atka. Wabawa'aka. Mayatha. Wa'ai awalam.
Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hill. From which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee. From all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the English. Alahayim. Al-Damayalka. Al-Takarash. Al-Tashakwat. Kayahana. Our Yabika. Yahama Yawan. Ra'ash. Al-Amaka. Ya'ara Yamwa. Sawadah. Wayatha. Ya'atazawa. Al-Tazapawanyika. Amawa. Lakawa. Wanakakinum. Magali. Wala'ah. Yazakar. Sham Yahawah. Awada. Kaya. Nawa Ataizawa. Laba. Yakadwa. Al Yakab. Bayath. Yakaratha. Ahaya. Alawam. Wayasham. Alayam. Mawa Wahagari. Gabal. Amalak. Palashat. Am Yeshabia. Tazawar. Gam Ashawar. Nalawa. Amam. Hayawa. Zarawa. Labanyam Lawat. Salah. Ashalaham. Kamadya. Kasa Yasara'a. Kayabdi. Banakal. Kwayashwan. Nashamadwa. Bayan. Dara. Hayawa. Damam. La'adama. Shayatamwa. Nada. Yamawa. Ka'ara. Wakaza'aba. Wakatazal. Mana'ai. Kamnasi Kamwa. Ashar. Amara. Nadia Rashad. Lanawan. Nawat. Alahaya. Shayatamwa. Kagogla. Kakwash. Lapan Rawakat. Ka'ash. Daba Ira. Wakalahaba. Dalahat. Haryam. Kanpanyaham. Kwalawam. Salakia. Kanteradagma. Basarakat. Wabasa. Wapatka. Taba alam. Mala'ah. Panyaham. Palawam. Waya Bakwashwa. Shamka. Yahawah. Yabashwa. Waya Bahaywa. Adai. Waya Kapara. Waya Abadwa. Waya Da'iwa. Kaya'ath. Shamka. Yahawah. Labatka. Al-Yawam. Alkar Haratazah. Psalm 33 in English. Keep not thy silence. O Lord. O Yahawah.
Hold not thy peace. And be not still. Yahawah. For lo,
thy
enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee,
have
lifted up their head.
their head.
They have taken crafty counsel, against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasharallah may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. The Baal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also has joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kizon. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Zeb. Yea. All their princes as Zebul. And as Zamun. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahawah in possession. O Yahawah, make them like a wheel. And as the stubble before the wind. And as the fire burneth the wood. As the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahawah. Let them be confounded. And troubled. Forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahawah. Are the Most High. Over all the earth. Sir. You see? Definitely one over there for sure.
Yes. 14. Start with verse 8. 8 through 14. Exodus 14, I'm reading verses 8 through 14, and this is in the Hebrew. Exodus 14, verse 8. Waya Kazak, Yahawah, Baba, Uriah, Tazarah, Yum, Wayara, Tapa, Akaraya, Banya, Yashar, Allah, Wabanya, Yashar, Al, Yatazayim, Bayad, Ramah, verse 9, Wayara, Dapaya, Dapawa, Matazayim, Akara, Yaham, Wayasha, Yagawa, Ahtham, Kanayam, Al, Hayam, Kal, Sawasa, Kab, Para-I, Waparash, Yawa, Waka, Wakayal, Ya, Al, Paya, Haka Yarath, Lapanya, Baal, Tazapan, verse 10, Waiparaiha, Hakwai Yaba, Wayashawa, Banya, Yashar, Allah, Af, Ayan, Yaham, Wahanna, Matazayim, Nasai, Akar, Yum, Waya, Yara, Awa, Ma'ad, Waya, Tazar, Akwawa, Banya, Washar, Allah, Al, Yahawah, verse 11, Waya, Marwa, Al, Mashah, Hama, Vaya, Ayan, Kobayam, Bamatazar, Rayam, Lakwakath, Nawa, Lamawath, Lamad Bar, Maha, Za'ath, Za'ath, Aishayath, Lanawa, Lahawa, Watazah, Ya'an, Anwa, Matazah, Rayam, verse 12, Hala'ah, Zahah, Adabar, Ashar, Dabaranwa, Alayak, Matazar, Rayam, La'amor, Salaki, Kadal, Mamanwa, Wana'ai, Barak, Av, Matazara Yam, Salaki, Matazara Yam, Kaya, Tawaba, Lanawa, Abad, Af, Matazar Yam, Mamath, Nawa, Bamadbar, verse 13, Waya Amar, Bashah, Allah, Alahim, Salaki. Allah, Dayarawa, Hafya, Tazabawa, Wara, Wara Awa, Af, Yashawa Ith, Yashawa Ith, Yahawah, Ashar, Ya'isha, Lacham, Hayawam, Kaya, Ashar, Raya, Yatham, Ahtham, Tazayam, Hayawam, La'a, Thasapawa, Lara, Ahtham, Awada, Awalam, verse 14, Yahawah. Yalakam, Akam, Watham, Thakarash 1. That's 7 verses in the English.
Exodus chapter 14, verse 8 in the English. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
Here's one thing that you definitely have to understand. Man don't run anything on this earth. Every power, every government in place, every civil power in place is there because the Most High allows it to be there. And in some instances, He put them there in place Himself, and He will cause their heart to be what it is. You understand? That stuff that happened this weekend with Russia and Biden talking trash, that's the Most High putting that hook in their mouth, starting to draw them toward the valley of Jezreel, the valley where they're going to be fighting each other. Down into He's drawing them into World War III. That's why they're talking a bunch of trash. So here we see Israel then got away. Here's the backstory. Israel then walked out of Egypt. And they done got out here, and the way the Lord's leading them, Israel looked like they're going to be trapped between the sea and the damn forest. And Pharaoh hear about this because now that all of Israel gone, they're like, wait a minute, we're going to take out the garbage. They got a problem. Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to change the baby's diaper? Pharaoh got a problem, so now his heart is hardened against the children of Israel who've been led out under Moses by the Most High. Go ahead.
And he pursued the children of Israel.
Look what Pharaoh did. Dumb. He pursued, he chased after the children of Israel. You understand? Read.
And the children of Israel went out with boldness.
And when we left, we knew the Most High had delivered us. So look at here. We went out with our chest and our heads held high, our chest poked out. I'm sure it was some dancing and singing along the way. So a whole bunch of smack talking. We good at that. We would talk some trash. We would talk some trash. Damn Pharaoh. What the hell he gonna do? And you know what? We ought not be so scared today to talk trash. I know a lot of y'all felt funny when my brothers had their classes and they laughed their behinds off. They laughed their ass off about that. Let me ask you, how many scientists does it take to implode a submarine? And, you know, I'm still laughing about that. With y'all smart. Y'all broke every rule. They broke every rule of science. Got into a submarine the size of a damn Volkswagen. You know what I'm saying? And went 100 leagues up under the sea. And the pressure that was on them was so bad that when the shell of the sub gave in to the pressure, scientists say that they were instantly turned in to gelatin.
Damn.
You see? And y'all think that's not funny? When y'all use our babies as alligator babies.
Damn right.
They think it's not funny.
Damn right.
When they took on the Trail of Tears, they snatched the babies out of our wives' arms and smashed their heads upside rocks so that it wouldn't slow the column down. Y'all think we not gonna laugh? We gonna keep laughing every time y'all mess up. Read.
Verse 9. So the Egyptians pursued them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh.
All the horses. He brought out the whole damn army. He brought coming after us. So don't y'all think I know a lot of y'all think we look stupid when we get out here on these streets and we be teaching and all that, right? But we're trying to wake you up and warn you.
Damn right.
You are not going to escape if you are not in this truth. You are going to be murdered. You are going to be murdered. You are going to catch monkeypox. COVID going to come back and revisit you and take you this time. If you don't come into this truth, the I.S.U.P.K, I'm the Commander General Yahanna, the only man given the rank and authorized the rule over Israel at this time.
Damn right.
Read.
His horsemen and his army overtook them camping by the sea beside Pi Harathan before Baal Zephon. Verse 10.
In other words, they was taking a break and they was down by the sea. And the army looked up and they saw Israel. Read.
Verse 10. And when Pharaoh drew near, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. So they were very afraid.
They were what?
Very afraid.
They were afraid. Now here's the deal. We're afraid today as a people. I'm not talking about the I.S.U.P.K, but I'm looking at our people and you are afraid. You are so afraid of your oppressor and his minions. That's the other nations that got the stores in your neighborhood. That's the minions of your oppressor. They got the hair care product store. They minions. Them people minions. You see what I'm saying? People that got the braiding shops. Minions of the oppressor. You see, they're not messing with him either. You see, they just over here trying to get fed, and the oppressor is feeding you to them. And that's what makes you afraid. But how do you react? You get afraid and you say, oh, give us equal rights. Oh, let us move out next door to you. Can we please integrate with you? Can I please go to your highest institutions of learning and learn how you do things? That's what you do when you're afraid. You try to, what? Impersonate your oppressor. What was that scripture? Envy not.
Envy not thy oppressor.
And do what?
Choose none of his
ways. How many of his ways?
None.
None. But when you get afraid, your cardinal thinking say, well, if I be like him, then he will accept me and I don't have to be afraid anymore. You know that's what that whole integration thing was about, right? Being accepted. They got so afraid. We didn't trust the Most High to keep us separate and to put us back on top. But that's why the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General Yahanna is here right now, telling you, you don't have to be afraid of your oppressor anymore. The Most High got this under control. Read that from the top of that verse. So they
So they were very afraid, and the children of Israel cried out to the Lord.
They cried out to who?
To the Lord.
Joe Biden.
The Lord.
Donald Trump.
The Lord.
Martin King.
The Lord.
They cried out to the Most High. And you know what's a shame? I asked this when I was a young man, and this is crazy. Do we have to get lynched wholesale before we cry out to the Lord? Do we have to? Do they have to start marching the KKK in the city of Detroit through the hood before we start crying out to the Lord? Do they have to literally come in here with a truck full of damn crack and cocaine and weed? Well, they done with the weed because they got them on every corner now. They got them. Do they literally got to come in here and bring all the drugs to you and bring their guns and literally start a war before Israel today will cry out to the Lord? You're crying out to everybody but the Lord. Read that part again. So they were
very afraid, and the children of Israel cried out to the Lord.
You better start crying out to the Lord, to the Most High. And you know how you, and let me show you, oh man, we can teach on this one all day. Let me show you that if you sitting up in the Christian church or Muslim mosque, you in some dojo, you in some, whatever your so-called religious habits are. If you sitting up in there and you a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American, the one thing you're not doing is crying out to the Lord. If you in there going, you are not crying out to the Lord.
That's right.
If your prayers mention a man's name and you got to say peace and blessings be upon him, you are not crying out to the Most High. Do you understand that? You still worshiping white Jesus. You're not crying out to the Lord. If you're in church on Sunday, you are not crying out to the Lord.
That's right.
Let me explain something. You celebrate the 4th of July. You are not crying out to the Lord. And we're going to tell you right now, I'm sure my brothers at the earlier services already told you, a bunch of y'all getting ready to die this weekend, Israelites. We're trying to warn you. Don't get involved in the celebration of the United States Independence Day. Let it go. You weren't in hell. You ain't independent now. How you gonna celebrate their independence when you still in slavery? You so afraid that look what you're gonna do. You're not crying out to the Lord. You're gonna celebrate the 4th of July. They're gonna buy fireworks. You see what I'm saying?
Read. All the pork in the world.
Ahead, jump in when you guys.
I was about to say they're gonna eat all the pork in the world, baby, back ribs.
Good. Oh my goodness! Y'all finna eat all the pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster y'all can find too. I'm telling you, you're gonna this year y'all dying wholesale this year. Y'all haven't seen all these every holiday. You know it's been a mass shooting.
Damn right.
Every oppressor's holiday this year. They have already set the record for a half a year of mass shootings and killings. Already set. Y'all keep turning your back to the Most High. Look, keep choosing the ways of your oppressor. Keep choosing. See what's gonna happen. We telling you now. Don't do it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. The Most High's patience is not gonna last forever. Read.
Verse 11. Then they said to Moses.
They said to who?
To Moses.
To who?
To Moses.
Look, when this stuff jump off, well, I don't think Commander General Yohanna gonna say don't call me, but you're gonna be calling Commander General Yohanna, you're gonna be calling Jeremiah Hyman, the generals, you're gonna be calling these captains, these officers, you're gonna be calling the ISUPK. You're gonna be calling because everything else gonna prove itself not to work.
All the purple gonna be gone.
Purple gonna be gone.
Christianity gone.
Christianity gone. You watch this. You gonna turn your back on Christianity so fast, you gonna be kicking yourself in the butt because you ever believed, even though they taught you that from a baby. When your eyes open, you're gonna do just like others did. How could I have been so stupid for so long? How could I have been so? That's the other thing. Christianity is such a drug. It's such a drug. Do you know a crack addict know he needs help? Do you know an alcoholic know he needs help? A heroin addict know he needs help. Guess what? I'm gonna take it there. A nymphomaniac know she needs help or he needs help. A fella going to Gamblers Anonymous know he needs help. Whatever sickness, you watch this. I hope we don't get cut off. Most, whether they tell you or not, of the LBGT community know they need help. They know they need help. Why do you think they got to go through all what they go through? Because it don't sit right on the inside. Their conscience not even good with it. But a Christian, you can show the Christian the Bible and the Christian say, I'm saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost.
Well, I don't believe that. They don't believe. You read it to them, they say, I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. Well, it just can't, and this is their Bible. It's their Bible. Go ahead, read. And they said.
Okay. Then they said to Moses, because there was no graves in Egypt, have you taken us away to die in the wilderness?
I gotta say it, niggas. Niggas gonna be niggas. How did they do that? How do you jump? You jump from we free to, you just tricked it. Look, listen. And I'm telling you, you hear this today. The brothers in the truth, can tell you who almost speaking, who talking. That's and just like in the purple group, we can tell what who put their program together. Wait, read that again.
Because there were no graves in Egypt.
First of all, they say because. This is the reason. Because. That's a word used to explain a reason. Go, and the reason comes right after that. Here we go. Read.
Have you taken us away to die in the wilderness?
Because there was no graves in Egypt. Moses just walked these folks to freedom. And now they're saying, oh, you did all this because there wasn't enough no places to bury us in Egypt with no graves. So you brought us out here to die.
And if I may, the reason why there wasn't no graves in Egypt because of what the Most High had just done. He had just killed the firstborn of everything.
In Egypt.
Everything moving in Egypt had just died because of the Most High. So they seen the plagues. They seen everything that the Most High had to do. And just like some brothers will do, they are still complaining and not believe and trust in the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
No different than what they see us on the corner and saying that the Most High was going to bring judgments, and then they see COVID. Now they see stuff in the air where they telling you can't breathe in the air, don't go outside. And they still won't listen to us for whatever reason. It's like you, sir.
Go ahead. Read. That's good.
Come on, sir. Have you taken us away in the wilderness to die in the wilderness? Why have you so dealt with us?
Hold up. Here's another thing. I'm showing you a pattern. Listen to this. Listen to the pattern that's talking. The pattern that's talking is say, they said to Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, have you? Okay, they came up with a reason for whatever they finna accuse Moses of doing. Oh, because there was no graves in Egypt. They knew there wasn't no graves in Egypt. The brother just pointed out the firstborn of everything, man and beast in Israel, was dead. There was dead bodies laying around everywhere. Y'all remember the COVID trucks? Remember when the COVID first hit? I know y'all remember that. When COVID first hit, in cities like New York, what were they doing? They was packing bodies in ice trailers and parking them over in the parking lot somewhere. They didn't have enough. This is what they saw. They saw the Most High do that, and then they say, Moses, so you brought us out here to die. The Lord killed all them people in there, so we ain't got no place to die in there, so you brought us out here to die. This is why you brought us here to die? Niggas, man. Niggas. Well, go ahead, read on from that, where I left off. Why have you dealt so with us? Then they asked him, why have you dealt so with us? Go ahead.
To bring us out of Egypt.
Hold up. To bring us out of Detroit. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
To bring us out.
Verse 12.
No, to bring us out.
Oh, to bring us out of Egypt.
To bring us out of L.A.
To bring us out of Egypt.
Watch this. How about this? Detroit, Miami, Chicago, Denver, Seattle, Quebec. Read.
To bring us up out of Egypt.
And guess what they're saying? You brought us up out of our oppression that we love so much. You have dealt with us like this, that you brought us up out of, you could have left us in our oppression. This is what they complaining to Moses about. But they're crying out to the Lord. Read verse 12.
Verse 12. Is this not the word that we told you in Egypt?
Look. It was something I learned when I was a salesman. When I was a salesman. You can't force nobody to change their mind. What we say, I'm not gonna force a crown on your head. Look what they doing. I'm telling y'all know these are black folk. The whole conversation let you know these are black. Didn't we tell you?
God.
Didn't I tell you before you started all this garbage? Here you come talking about the Most High want you to take us out of Egypt. Didn't we tell you? Remember you told Egypt, let us go and worship, and Pharaoh what? Made our labor harsher.
Damn right.
He took away, let them make brick without straw. Let them gather their own straw. And we told you then. Ain't that how?
Con.
You free now, but because there's a little trouble in the way you wish you was back in slavery but safe. This is why 2/3 of us gonna get destroyed. You know why? Because you want to play it safe. You trust your oppressor more than you trust the Most High. You think Moses was an old man. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't super strong. They remember what you're gonna see coming up. You're gonna see coming up. Sometimes Moses needed help himself. You see what I'm saying? Young men had to help. Moses was an old man. So you think he did something to get you out of Egypt? No. The Most High did all that by himself. Moses just had good enough sense to obey and do what the Most High said. And do you know, I found that that's the easiest way to exist in the school. It's the easiest way to exist as an Israelite. You read the scriptures, you're taught the scriptures, you obey the scriptures. Do you know trouble don't start until you start disobeying? Think about it. If you don't go out and do this whole 4th of July celebration, celebrate your oppressor's dominance over you, if you don't go out and celebrate that, right? That includes popping fireworks around your house. You shouldn't have bought no fireworks. I know you did. You shouldn't have bought none. But if you start leaving these oppressors' holidays alone, guess what? You'll stop killing yourself. You'll stop killing yourself. Because you know it's not the oppressors coming to the park shooting up the place. It's your sons and daughters, your aunties and uncles, your nephews and nieces. Why? Because you done gone crazy trying to be like white. Trying to be like your oppressor. You're trying to be like your oppressor. Read, go ahead.
Is this not the word we told you in Egypt, saying, let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians?
Look at that. Let us alone. We want to live. We can move out across 26 Mile if we want to. Let us alone. Let us alone. We can go to the far ends of Michigan if we want to and live among anybody we want to. Nobody have a right to keep us from living among them. If I want to go out here and live, what's that, East Point? If I want to live in Warren, if I want to live in McClellan Town, whatever the name of the place is, where the oppressor live at, I got a right. Read that part again. Let us alone. Do what?
Let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians.
Go to the top of verse 12. Go to the top of verse 12. Listen to this.
Is this not the word that we told you in Egypt, saying?
Look, we've been telling you this since before Martin Luther King. Since before Martin Luther King, we want to live among the oppressor. Why can't we live in Chinatown? It's called Chinatown for a reason, dumbass. Because we don't even, you know what? I think it's time to build Nigger Town. With the name Nigger Town on it. They got Chinatown, they got Little Italy, and the Jews call their areas, the Jewish people call their area whatever they want to. It should be called No Niggers Allowed, but
man,
that's what you know what? The brother officer, right? He said that's what it all should be called. Everything outside of Nigger Town should be called No Niggers Allowed. Why? Because all you do is learn their destructive ways, their evil ways. That's all we've done since we've been around. All we've done. We learn to steal from each other. We learn to dishonor our brothers. We learn to eat garbage and call it food. We learn to kill our brothers. Since we've been around the oppressor, all we've learned is bitter wisdom, and the majority of us don't have enough common sense to accept that answer. 2023. Okay, what was it? I can't remember what year it was, but they hung, because he was down south, they hung a 14-year-old boy by the name of Emmett Till because he supposedly looked at a white woman. In our day and age, 15, 16, I don't know how old the boy was, and a random oppressor followed
this boy who's on his way home, he done got his Skittles, gets into a tussle with him after the police told him don't do it, and shoots the boy dead. Trayvon.
Okay.
Killed him dead. And guess what? It was a whole bunch before him. Whoever heard of Eleanor Bumpers? Out of New York. Tawana somebody, or Crawley, or something like that. Where they did that sister bad. It's so many that you can't even remember them all. Guess what? This is no different than what they was talking about back then. We're doing the same thing. Can't you see why they call it spiritual Egypt? Why we in Egypt again? You can't see we're in Egypt again? The same mess we was talking to Moses, y'all talking to the I.S.U.P.K. Commander General Hanna right now. Y'all doing that, right? It's the exact same rhetoric, man. It's almost, if it wasn't for how it's written in this old English, right? I bet you be some cuss words in there. I bet you, so-called cuss words. I bet you will recognize this as nigger English, I'm telling you. Read that again.
Is this not the word that we told you in Egypt?
Is this not what we told you when you first came to town with this bullshit? Excuse me, Salaki. Go ahead.
Saying, let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians.
Leave us alone, man. Leave us alone, man. We get along with the white folks.
We don't want to
hear
that old Israelite talk. We don't want to hear that Israelite talk.
They don't want to hear that Israelite talk. Y'all, we sound too much like a cult.
Yeah, we a cult. They don't want to hear that. Yeah,
but look, y'all said the same thing back then.
God.
One more time. We're going to get through this.
Is this not the word that we told you in Egypt, saying?
Is this not what we was telling you when Malcolm first pulled up? If this is not what we told you when Marcus Garvey was talking his stuff, not that them brothers are right, but they knew that they were trying to get away from the oppressor. They had enough sense to say, stay away from the oppressor. You see what I'm saying? Get away from the oppressor. They had enough sense to do that. Right? But y'all was still talking about, well, master, a good master. We got a good master, don't we?
Yeah, that's a good old master.
You know, the white folks, the white folks around here, they ain't that bad. We'd have let them move to the hood. No, you didn't. They are ready. They're getting ready to kick you out the hood. If you live in look here. If you live in a major city, in your city, and you live in the ghetto in the city, and your ghetto city has a bus line, and for your whole life, nobody but people that look like you and me rode the bus in that area of the city, right? And then in the last 3-4 years, you start seeing what? More and more stranger faces on the bus. You are getting ready to be, I guess you could say deposed, but you're getting ready to get kicked out your hood. They finna take over a portion of your hood. That's the warning. They finna take it over. So you heard it here. We watching it right here. We watching it right here. I ain't seen so many oppressive folk walking up and down the streets of the ghetto of Detroit.
Sir, I was over on
like it's okay.
I was over on Mount Elliott Lafayette. I seen them just jogging and bike riding. I'm like, what in the hell is going on?
They bring look, I see them walking the children.
I said, when did this happen?
I said, look, right up here, I'm telling you what, we used to get the fish up here. Come back around the corner to the Hazel Ridge, and I see the little oppressor woman and man going down the street with a stroller with the little oppressor baby in the stroller, goo-goo and gaga, like it's okay.
And they just as comfortable as can be. They're not worried about nothing.
Look, but you know what they're going to say if one of us gets shot by one of them? I was afraid for my life. They ain't afraid of nothing.
They're as comfortable as can be. I never seen the oppressor so comfortable in our neighborhood, ever.
Look, and I'm going to tell you something that seemed funny to me. They moved in, the crack house moved out. Like, what the hell? Ain't nobody called, no, the crack house just disappeared. Police ain't come and raid them or nothing. They just say, oh no, it's the oppressor over here. I'm not, no. And they leave. That's crazy. They're getting ready to put you out. That's why you don't have city services on the regular in your area. When the water get cut off or your lights get cut off, it may be days before it comes back on. And not cut off because you didn't pay, because a pole got knocked down or something. That's why the potholes are on your street. And now I'm trying to figure out what is it with all the speed bumps in every block you drive now in Detroit. What is that? That's city money right there. But anyway, go ahead. That's who you want to be with. You want to be with your oppressor.
It's like, if I bet it's funny you said that about the potholes, because they putting the speed bumps in and leaving the potholes there.
And leaving the potholes. They won't spend money. They won't spend. This is in your neighborhood. You know but they put speed bumps in. Go ahead, read.
This 12. Is this not the word that we told you in Egypt, saying, "Let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians"?
Let us alone. That's what we hear y'all saying. Are y'all still saying, "Let us alone"? Read.
For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness.
One of the scripture asks, is Judah a homeborn slave? Now, ain't that's the same rhetoric that some folks was talking coming off the plantation. We's got a good master. Why we's want to go? It's colder. Why we's want to go away from Mr. Charlie? And all y'all that come on all the social media and want to argue with us for saying the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Tell them, why are you blaming him? You're always blaming him. We know you just love him. Okay, read.
Verse 13. And
it's just hard to get past that. It's just hard to get past that. Go ahead, verse 13.
Verse 13. And Moses said to the people,
listen up, people.
Do not be afraid.
Do not what?
Do not be afraid.
Do not what?
Do not be afraid.
Do you know the first thing that left when they poured their oil on my head was fear?
Damn right.
Why you think we got folks like the Kentucky 8? Fearless. The Kansas City 4. Fearless. And what do we call the brothers that went down to hold on. Do me a favor. That board, move that board. We got that plaque too. There's another group, fearless. Moses told them the first thing they needed to do is stop being afraid of their oppressor. There we go. That's the mission to, read that, Acuna. The mission to Acuna. Them the Acuna brothers. Y'all, if y'all missed that, them brothers showed you should never, as long as you're in this truth, you ain't got to be afraid of nothing. If you obeying the law, statute, commandments of the Most High, you ain't got to be afraid of nothing. The mission to Acuna. Them brothers went into what they say, level 4 cartel, drug cartel territory to do something real simple. You know what that was? To deliver food, sustenance, and clothing to our Haitian brothers, that the Christian church, that the Muslim mosque, that all the religious groups of America left, 14,000 I think it was of them, left under a damn bridge in Mexico.
Don't forget the purple people.
Oh,
they didn't go. They weren't nowhere near that.
Yeah, them purple LGB guys didn't go down there. Matter of fact, nobody went except for the ISUPK under Commander General YAHANNA.
Damn right.
What the hell are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What did Moses say to him? Verse 13.
Be not afraid.
Be not afraid. Stop being afraid. So-called black man, so-called Native American, so-called Latino. Quit being afraid. You letting your fear keep you from coming back to the Most High. Well, say that one more time. What Moses said and what? Start right at 13, the top of it.
And Moses said to the people, do not be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Wow. You're right. This is an amazing time. This is a parallel in history. Y'all just see, can we look up how many people in America died from COVID? Can we look that up? Let's see how many people died from COVID. Y'all think the Most High was playing, right? Y'all think the Most High was playing with y'all. You have nothing to be afraid of. Nothing. Nothing. Is that it?
According to account, that's right. The COVID in the U.S. What the fuck? Oh, that's total hospitalizations. God damn.
Just in the U.S., according to
CDC,
the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC says total deaths due to COVID 1,133,620. That's just in America. That's just in America. You know it's way bigger than y'all. What y'all afraid of? Guess what? Believe it or not, less Americans got killed in the Vietnam War. That lasted 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
God damn.
55,000 American soldiers was killed in the Vietnam War. In 2 years, the Most High put down 1,133,620 people in America. That's just America. And I don't know how long they've been in Afghanistan, but they ain't got close to killing a million Americans.
Right there. That can't be right.
This is deaths percent due to COVID-19 in the past week.
Yeah.
This past week. So that's why that looks like that. But guess what? In the past week, there was 6,000 people still going to the hospital. 6,300 people still going to the hospital for COVID.
Right.
And they had over 6 million people hospitalized for COVID. And those numbers, I guarantee you, they reined them back in. I really believe those are not the true numbers. They don't want you to know how bad the Lord really messed them up, but they can't hide it all. See, they can't hide it all.
Like you said, if that's just the United States, around the world, that's the Lord judging your enemies.
So we telling you what Moses tells them in verse 13.
Do not be afraid.
Do not be afraid. And now we're going to tell you to do something that we're going to do exactly what Moses. This is what we should be doing right now. Keep reading.
And Moses said to the people, do not be afraid. Stand still.
Stop. Do what?
Stand still.
Do what?
Stand still.
Y'all running all over the place, all over social media. You know how many rooms on social media about what's wrong with black people and how to fix it? Have you seen Clubhouse and everybody got a room about what's wrong with black people? Everybody got something to say and running here, want to be a teacher there, and then stand still.
Shut your stupid mouth.
And shut up. Stand still and shut up. Go ahead, read.
And see the salvation of the Lord.
Of who?
Of the Lord.
Let me tell you something. Over in Deuteronomy, in the 28th chapter, you're gonna find a verse that say, you will go out one way against the oppressor, and you will flee from him 7 different ways. He's gonna destroy you so bad that your unit will not keep its cohesiveness. Look at you right now. Look at you right now. You couldn't even stand being in the one truth. You couldn't even stand being in one West. Why? Because you had to obey the Most High.
Time.
And so now you got countless, it seems to me, I quit counting on y'all, letter groups claiming to be Israelites, teaching Christianity. You know that's what y'all doing, right? You call yourself an Israelite, you teaching Christianity, and I was coming back from an appointment on the bus and looked up and saw, I think it was the Israel something Baptist Church of Israel.
Good night.
But the thing that caught me off guard, this is not a new, this is old. That church was there before I even knew about the truth. In other words, Christians been putting the name Israel on the churches. You see that? Y'all should always come, just give it up. Mail Commander GEN.YAHANNA the keys to your churches, your books, mail them, so get them straight, and tell your people an officer from the I.S.U.P.K. will be there Monday, 7 o'clock, Tuesday, 7 o'clock, Wednesday, 7 o'clock in the evening. That's what all churches should do. We see how y'all run things. You disrespect the Sabbath. You teach that everybody can be saved. You say that God loves everybody. You tell the children of Israel that they are heathens, that they are Gentiles, and they only can be saved by white Jesus. It's time to turn in your keys. That's the only way you can even save yourself. Turn in your keys, stop lying. And you sisters, I gotta do this. Shut up and take the weaves off and the wigs off. And let's see what the Most High has given you for glory. For a woman's hair is her glory.
Okay.
That's what the Bible said, right?
Okay.
But we find the Bible also said because of your nasty ways, your monstrous ways, he's going to reward you. Instead of having glory, he's going to give you a head full of scabs and baldness. Take off the hair. Let us see. Read. Go ahead.
And see the salvation of the Lord.
Who?
Of the Lord.
You can't get salvation from running after your oppressor. The salvation means to be saved. Is that right? To be saved. Your oppressor, you want to save your oppressor from himself.
It's like it. I never understood that. You get down here getting oppressed, and you understand you getting oppressed, and you want to take your oppressor to the kingdom with you, so he can oppress you in the kingdom. Like, what the hell is what is? That is Stockholm syndrome.
And you see why you don't run nothing. You see that? You see why we don't run the Most High? It's Yahawah. You see why the Most High had to choose a man of the millions of us, tens, 20, hundreds of millions of us on the earth. One man. He's always chose one. He chose Moses. He chose Abraham. He chose Isaac. He chose Jacob. He chose Moses. You see that?
Okay.
He chose Saul. He chose David. You see that? Now, how do you think the Congressional Black Caucus is supposed to be leading anybody? They can't. You know why? Because he's the oppressor painted black. That's what the Congressional Black Caucus is.
Yeah, right.
The oppressor painted black. Why? Because that's all he do is make sure your ass obey oppressor's rules. To your detriment. It's the Congressional Black Caucus that got all the sideline, the minion oppressors on the chicken stores, the gas stations, the local jobs that we used to have when we were kids. This is where we first got our work experience at, working at a local place. Go work for Mr. Curry or Miss McKinney or somebody. Not anymore. Read. Stand still
Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today.
When?
Today.
Oh boy, watch this. Read.
For the Egyptians whom you see today, you shall see again no more forever.
Look, that's what we're approaching. And I'm sure they got us bugged and they listen to this. The same thing that happened to Egypt when the Most High took us out of Egypt is going to happen to those powers who have us in captivity today when the Most High comes to take us out. You know, we look, watch this, we look a lot. We always look closely at America. This is what's going to happen to America, right?
Okay.
Look. You better check the population of Brazil. You know how many, you better check the population of Haiti and Jamaica. Do you think the Most High just going to blow America off the map? Do you think England is going to escape? The United Kingdom is going to escape? What y'all doing to our brothers over Canada? No, you're not going to escape either. You're not going to escape. Korea is not going to escape. You know it's Israelites over there too. When he said we all the black Russians, y'all gonna have to leave the black Russians. Look, Russia, all y'all in trouble. Do you see? He said these Egyptians, you will see what?
No more. You see today, Salakia. You shall see again no more. Forever.
Forever. A long time. And guess what? Is Egypt a world power right now? No. Egypt is not a world power.
Egypt the king of sand.
Yeah, they're the king of sand. The same thing is going to happen here. Keep reading.
Verse 14. The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace.
That's what we told you. Shut up. Be still and shut up. That's what Moses told them. Okay. I see they coming. Yep. And this is the sea right here. Yep. Be still and shut the hell up. Today, you're going to see yourself. And we always need another sign, don't we?
Come.
And then when Yahawah said, you look for a sign. You always looking for a sign. You always looking for a sign. What about last night? Yesterday? Before you left. And you woke up. And you forgot that damn quick that he done killed the firstborn in all of Egypt.
Come.
And took all of Egypt's free labor out of Egypt. Think about that. Egypt was great because it had the Israelites' free labor, beginning with Joseph interpreting the dream. You see that?
Time.
So the Most High showed Joseph how to get Egypt the economic upper hand. Before it happened, the rest of the world didn't get the information. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get the memo. The rest of the world didn't get a memo. A famine is coming. Egypt got the memo and grew extra food and just kept storing it up. Under what? One man chosen by the Most High to set this up. Joseph, an Israelite. You see that? And then Egypt abused their power, made us slaves. Along came a Pharaoh that knew not Joseph. And put us in slavery. Made us work for free. For beer and weed. That's what we were working for. Beer and weed and some bread. That's it. That's all we work for. Can't you see that's the same thing you're doing today? See what I'm saying? That verse 14 one more time.
The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace.
And you know what? That's why we won't stop teaching. We won't stop teaching. We're not going to go to a commanding. I'm not going to my camp leader and complain about nothing going on in this world. I'm going to hold my peace and watch the Most High do what he's been doing since before I came into this truth. Now, I can go on for days about what he's done, what I've seen with my own eyes. So we're going to hold our peace. We're going to keep, that means we ain't going to have no complaints. We're going to keep following these laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. And we're going to keep saying, I don't want to come. What you need to do is come into this truth. We just read 7 verses out of the Bible, took place thousands of years ago, and it sounded like we was talking about us today. It sounds just like we were talking about the folks in our neighborhood today. Y'all need to wake up. With that, we're going to close the Sabbath service. You know how to book?
I think you do a better job than I do. Lord Yahshua.
Oh.